Have you ever spoken out in anger and regretted it deeply? Have you ever reacted impulsively in a heated moment and lost something irreplaceable? What if the ability to pause, to not react, held the key to transforming your life emotionally, spiritually, and karmically? In a world driven by instantaneous reactions, be it social media, texting, or face-to-face confrontation, we are gradually drifting away from one of the most profound teachings of the Buddha: the space between stimulus and response. It is within this sacred pause that peace resides, karma evolves, and awakening begins. Let us embark on a deep exploration of Buddhist wisdom, a soul-touching parable, and spiritual practices designed to empower you to regulate your emotions through mindfulness and expanded consciousness rather than suppression. Act 1. The Contemporary Crisis: Emotional Reactivity. Our society operates at the speed of reaction. A single critical remark and our mood shifts. A delay in communication and we spiral into rumination. A minor insult and we carry resentment for days. Emotions, while inherently neutral, dominate our internal and external realities when we identify with them excessively. As the Buddha observed, you will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. This is not just philosophical, it is literal. Each reactive emotional outburst, anger, envy, or fear, not only disrupts your present peace, but also embeds karmic imprints within your subtle energy body. These imprints influence your dreams, future experiences, and even your subsequent incarnations. Act 2. The Classical Narrative: Tathiya the Silent Monk. Consider this tale from Buddhist oral tradition. In the secluded forests of northern India lived a monk named Tathiya, known for his 12-year vow of silence. Pilgrims traveled great distances to bask in his profound tranquility. One day, a brash young warrior approached, attempting to provoke the monk. He ridiculed his monastic robes, labeled him a coward, and spat at his feet. Tathiya remained completely unshaken. Enraged, the warrior screamed, "Are you deaf, or are you simply afraid to respond?" For the first and only time in over a decade, Tathiya calmly replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you decline to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" Stunned, the warrior fell silent. "In the same way, I do not accept your anger. It remains with you." The monk closed his eyes once more. The warrior, overwhelmed, fell to his knees. Act 3. The subtle layers, dreams, karma, and astral echoes. Emotional reactivity does more than impact our mental state. It reverberates throughout the astral plane. When we lash out with aggression or harbor toxic emotions, it distorts the energetic field that governs our dreams and spiritual experiences. In Buddhist dream yoga, emotions are understood as subtle energies that imprint upon the dream body. Chronic emotional reactivity leaves karmic residues in your energetic anatomy. When the Buddha spoke of liberation, he referenced not just physical suffering, but also the emotional and karmic knots we tighten with every reactive episode. Each burst of anger equals a karmic knot. Each thought of revenge equals a spiritual chain. Each emotional reaction equals a tether to suffering. But every moment of mindfulness is a spiritual key to liberation. Act 4. The meditative practice: becoming the observer. Mastering non-reaction begins with cultivating awareness through meditation. When you sit in silence and watch your thoughts without judgment, you begin to recognize emotional patterns as transient waves. Eventually, you stop identifying with these waves. You become the vast ocean. This is not emotional repression. This is emotional transcendence. You don't resist anger, you observe it. You don't suppress fear, you hold it compassionately. This witnessing consciousness is the essence of awakening. As the Buddha said, be like a hollow bamboo, empty, receptive, and unresisting. In that sacred emptiness there exists infinite power. Act 5, Case Study, a man transformed by silence. Let's consider a modern-day example. A man in his late 40s faced immense personal loss, job termination, divorce, and estrangement from loved ones. Consumed by rage, every conversation became a battleground. In a moment of uncontrolled anger, he lashed out verbally at his daughter with words that left a lifelong scar. Years later, he discovered meditation through a Buddhist retreat. Through inner silence and teachings on karma, he realized that each reaction was a cry from unhealed emotional wounds. He eventually wrote a heartfelt letter to his daughter, not to justify his behavior, but to simply witness and hold space for the pain he had caused. Her reply read, "Thank you for not reacting anymore. I finally feel safe with you." Act 6, Dream Consciousness and Interlife, Karma. In Buddhist metaphysics, emotional vibrations extend beyond this life. Each reaction generates frequencies that persist into the bardo state, the transitional space between death and rebirth. In this liminal space, your consciousness evaluates karmic imprints and determines your next incarnation. Those who have mastered emotional equanimity in life retain clarity and freedom in the bardo. Reactive souls are drawn into similar energetic patterns. Peaceful souls ascend into higher realms. Therefore, mastering your emotions now impacts not only your psychological state, but your spiritual trajectory. Act 7, The Ultimate Choice, Presence. Overreaction. Life presents continual challenges. People will trigger you, wounds will resurface, and chaos will test your peace. And in each of these moments, you will face a spiritual crossroad. React, or return to awareness. Resist, or surrender into presence. Cling, or release. The Buddhist path is not about emotional numbness, it is about emotional mastery. Freedom lies in breaking cycles of karmic reactivity. Freedom lies in awareness that creates new karmic patterns. Freedom lies in the sacred pause, so next time you feel triggered, recall Tathiya's stillness. Visualize the ocean of your awareness. Revere the pause as a portal. In that moment of stillness, you rewrite karma. In that moment, you begin to awaken. If this message resonates, share it with someone navigating emotional turmoil. The world needs this timeless wisdom now more than ever. Comment below. What's one moment you wish you had paused instead of reacted? Subscribe for more content exploring deep Buddhist truths and practical paths to awakening. This is more than a video, this is your mirror, and perhaps the beginning of your liberation.